All right, guys, today we're going to talk to Dawson Duff. He's an agent on the team, at the Real Home Expert team. Again, my name is Jason O'Keefe. Dawson is a young guy that has been working towards trying to help first-time homebuyers recently. And what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about some of the issues you've seen. Like, what are some of the things that first-time buyers are not buying right now? What are some of the problems that they're having?
Jay, I think the main issue right now is I think there's just not a lot of hope. I think a lot of people see the prices, they see the interest rates, they see what's happening, or they hear what people are saying is happening, and they get in their heads that it's just not possible. So, we're trying to make it more possible for people, give a little bit more hope to people that are trying to become a first-time home buyer if that's their goal. And that's what we're trying to do, make it more possible. And, that's been the goal for a lot of people in this country, is to own a home, because there's a lot of benefits to it. So that's something we're trying to bring back.
So when you say, let's dive down deeper into some of the problems that they believe are happening or are really legitimately happening, is interest rates. What is the notion from first-time home buyers about what interest rates are happening right now? What are they seeing? Are they worried that they think they're going down some more? Are they still not happy with the 4% now because they're thinking what was important a few years ago where we got a 2% mortgage? Are they hoping for that stuff, or like, what are you hearing?
I think there's a lot of confusion. I think the issue with the last 4 years is they've been up. They've been at the middle where they're kind of at right now, and then they've been really low. So some people are thinking that they're going to go back to the 2% days of 2022. Some people think they're going to jump up. Some people don't know where they're at. Some people just don't know where they're at. So I think there's a lot of confusion around interest rates, what it means, and what the future holds with interest rates here in Canada.
So it goes back to that uncertainty, as you were saying before. So, okay, that's one of the issues we're hearing. Down payments. I've heard different things from different people. What would you say the consensus is for what first-time homeowners think they need to have?
I think some people know, some people don't. I'd say maybe it's like 50% of people understand how the down payment procedures work for a first-time home buyer.
Yep.
And then the other half think that, oh, geez, this house is worth $500,000. Well, I got to have $100,000 saved up. I have to have 20% saved up so that I can buy. The lack of knowledge is out there for sure. There's people that don't know exactly what it takes to get into that first home. They're not sure if it's worth saving up to that 20%, if it's worth just going in at 5%. So there's a lot of, there needs to be more education knowledge around what it takes and what's best for someone in their situation.
Yeah, I heard something the other day, a guy talking about on CTV News that he needed 20%. His family makes $200,000, so he's trying to save up $80,000. I mean, like, to be honest with you, you make $200,000 a year, you should be able to buy your first time home. And maybe it's not that $1 million home, but there's starting points out there, and you only need 5%.
Yeah.
Plus some closing costs and some other things, but there is some grants on land transfer tax and some other things. So okay, so we have interest rates are an issue, down payments are an issue. What would some of the other problems first-time homebuyers are having when looking at home? Is there an unrealistic expectation of what that first house should be? What are you seeing? Like, they want the perfect house, or they're not happy with just a starter? Like, what's the other conversations you're having with first-time home buyers?
Yeah, I think some of it is people don't understand that your first home isn't going to be the place you're going to have your kids in, you're going to spend 25 plus years in. Some people don't understand that your first home might be, lower end, which sometimes means the location's not perfect too. So people need to understand that you might not get the perfect house and perfect location off the bat. A lot of those properties are for people that are more developed in their careers, in their 40s, 50s, multiple incomes, that have owned a house previous in the past and built up that equity. So people just need to understand that it's something you build up towards. It's not something you just get right off the bat. Yeah. At least, 95, there's the 5% that can afford the $850,000 property in Laurelwood, Waterloo right off the bat, but not everybody. So you need to understand there's stepping stones to getting where you ultimately want to be.
One of the things we talk about all the time is for first-time home buyers is building a plan. Going back to that thing where, this isn't the first-time home. This is, let's get in. The biggest issue is also parents don't want their kids. They want them to live at home longer. I'm seeing first-time home buyers are now in their late 20s, early 30s on average. That's been another concern because parents are just coddling their children. I like to say I'm as bad as the rest. Having kids in that age, but now you get down to the youngest one. I can't wait to get them out. She's only 14, so not yet. Anyways,
a couple more years.
Yeah, a couple more years. We'll get
year and a half.
Yeah, a year and a half. 16, get out.
Grade 12.
Well, she's a girl, so we'll hold on to her 18. The boy can go at 16. Anyways, so when you and I talk about it, we've done some math, and I know you put out some videos recently about talking about paying rent to paying owning a home, like if you're 20 years of age right now, 21, 22, 23, whatever that age is, and you're starting out and you're going to rent your first place, you do have to understand that in the next 5 years, you're basically giving that landlord $100,000, plus you're losing $50,000 on what you could be on a mortgage and paying it down. So that 5-year plan that you think I'll just wait is costing you, 150, 200 grand. And I know you posted, and people, please follow Dawson. He's put out some great videos recently, just going over some of the numbers. When you and I did that math, was that an eye opener for you?
I've known it for a bit, but yeah, when you dive deeper into the numbers and like actually understanding where your money's going and all that, it's definitely, it makes you aware of how the system works and how you can better take advantage of it.
There's some great solutions for first-time homebuyers. I know you've looked into it. You want to explain a little bit about the Waterloo Assistance Program? You want to explain in Wellington?
Yeah, so I don't know the exact 100% details, but there are programs out there in the different regions that will assist you.
Front you your down payment.
Yeah, fund you your down payment for your first property if you fit within their requirements. And the requirements are pretty sturdy. Like a lot of people that I know would fall underneath
100%.
what they're looking for. So if you're having, if you have income but you don't have the down payment, it's a great way to get into a property without having to
and so
upfront costs, right?
And our mortgage guy understands all that. I know even in London area they got that program right now.
Yeah.
And not always do they have money available, but at least you can get on the list and you can start to look at different options that way. It's a great way to start off. You only pay back the money, from my understanding, you only pay back the money when you sell the house.
When you sell the house. Yeah. Like you said, there is a wait list. So if you're looking to buy a property in a year, just put your name on the list.
Yeah.
See what happens. It might take longer, it might be shorter. So just get your name on the list and then proceed from there.
Yeah.
It's not something that you should, I found a house on realtor.ca. Let's put in an offer. I need the money. You might not get it right away. So have a plan, figure it out beforehand, and then take the next steps to buying the property.
And then, when it comes to interest rates right now, again, I'm over 50. I'll say it that way.
Well over it.
Hey, enough of that. I ain't kid you, Rich. Almost. Close enough. Anyways, what I was trying to say is, no, I got me off track. So when I bought my first house, it was 8%. Yeah, my house was 180,000, whatever, right? I've heard my parents say, I bought my first house for 40,000. It was 18% interest rates. I'm like, my credit card's like that now. So what I'm trying to say is interest rates will go up and down.
Yeah. And they've been a lot. I talked to people at the doors that had 15%. Like they've been a lot higher.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't with house prices, but traditionally a 4% interest rate is a good rate.
4 to 6% is historically the average.
Yeah. And right now they're actually talking about getting rid of the stress test. We should hear about that soon.
So.
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff going on that to help. And we're looking at getting rid of the foreign buyer tax potentially in 2027, which, if you're a first-time home buyer right now, you have an advantage to buy because you're not competing against foreign developers and foreign investments. So when that changes, that could increase the prices again.
Yeah.
So, now is definitely a great time. So other little things, 4%, great rate. Again, build a plan, talk to the mortgage person. We have one that we deal with all the time, Stephen Green. But there's other people out there, and whoever you want. There's other ways to buy. Like, as a first-time home buyer, I mean, how many times do you guys see, two buddies buying it together, buying a place and renting out the basement? I even had somebody that's a first-time home buyer bought a house. They rented out the top floor and lived in the basement, renovated the basement and lived in the basement
you
first.
Get more money from the top.
That's right.
With the basement, then it's a good option.
Yeah, do that, and then save some more money, pay down the mortgage, and then they moved upstairs, and then they found a renter down there, and now as they've gone up in that plan. Now they have an investment property.
And you can keep it. You don't even have to sell the property. You can keep it, buy the next place with your buddy, or you guys can go separate ways as you have a family or... Yeah.
So
keep the house,
Yeah, like if you're going to university or you're going to... And you've got 4 buddies, buy it. You buy the house, rent it out to your 4 buddies, let them help pay the mortgages. So there's lots of ways.
Especially if you're in my age, I have lots of friends that are looking to rent. It's a lot easier to have a tenant that's your friend than have someone random, right? It's a lot easier.
Hopefully. Hopefully they're not a mess and they don't want to party all the time.
Yeah, make sure you vet out who you're putting in.
I can talk about student rentals, and the worst thing is, and I'll say this out loud, is every student rental I went in on average, the female tenants are the worst. So take that with you think boys are bad, girls can be worse. Other things. So I know, Dawson, you spend almost every day, even in this godforsaken weather or having in Canada, out door knocking.
Yeah.
When you're door knocking, what are you trying to find? Like, what are you looking for when you're door knocking? Like, what type of house are you looking for?
Trying to find properties that first-time home buyers would be interested in, essentially. Yeah. So semis that are lower end, freehold townhouses, condo townhouses, on those properties properties that first time home buyers would be interested in that can kind of get the market moving.
Yeah, so if you're somebody right now that has something, in the 500 to 800,000 range, 400 to 800,000 range, and you're looking to sell, Dawson has built a database of young people looking to buy those houses. So, he may be able to match it if you don't want to put it on the market right now, exclusive, some other ways. He may have a buyer that will absolutely be looking, and, he's on the team. We've got over 50,000 people in our database right now that we are trying to match out to houses. Are they all looking right now? No. But you know what? If we find an opportunity, so if you're looking to sell and you have one of those lower end properties, 500, 800, Dawson's the guy right now. And not only that, like the last one you just listed in South Kitchener.
Yeah.
What did you do for the client? Explain how you went and door knocked everything after.
Yeah, so one of the issues is there just wasn't enough attention being put onto the property. So what I've always done is I just door knock everyone in the area. Yeah. Like, hey, who do you know, friend or family member that might be interested in moving into your area? Or, hey, have you thought about an investment property yourself? A lot of the times people that live in a specific area want to stay in that area. So there's a chance you can door knock someone and they're interested. And it's just a way to drive traffic, right? I drop off flyers. I let people know that it's being listed rather than having people look on realtor.ca.
Yep.
Me and Steve had a video about it before. Not everyone looks on realtor.ca. Not everyone knows it's listed. Not everyone knows what it's listed for. Not everyone knows the process, right? So the best way to get a listing sold is to have as many eyes on it as possible.
Totally.
So we're trying to build up ways where people look at the properties and we're educated about how to get into it and how the process works.
Yeah, so like I said, so we have database 50,000 Dawson's here. If you're even like a young agent that you're struggling to get motivated, I'll give the guy credit, man. Like some days it's like today it's minus 30 out. He was already out throwing out some door knocks. You know what? Maybe he didn't hit his 20 or 100, but he said to me after, he goes, I got to talk to at least one person today. And I give him credit because I wouldn't do it. If you're a young person, you're struggling, you don't know who to contact, you don't have a database to follow. We got 50,000 people in our database. I'm looking for those young, hungry, formula age or older people that want to work. And Dawson will be more than happy to take you out in the cold weather and run you around. Like, he works every day. I know he goes and he spends time working out and taking care of his body and taking care of his mental side and all that, which is very important in our business. But at the same time, he shows up every day and works. That's the guy I want to hire. That's who I was when I was young. I was out 4 open houses every weekend. I was doing my stuff, still with a young family. I worked. If you're going to hire an agent, you better be looking at one of, himself, myself, people on our team, because he's going to go to work every day and help you sell it. Do they all sell? Like to think so. Sometimes price unrealistic. People are in different situations, but someone like himself is going to help. And if you're a young first-time home buyer, that's the guy you need in your corner because he understands. He's in the same area right now. He's trying to find new properties. This is the guy I'm giving all my first-time homebuyer leads to because he's going to work him and he's going to help him. And he's educated. And that's the difference between a lot of young people nowadays. So,
even agents, right?
Yeah.
You got to do the work yourself. As I talked about, the requirements to get in aren't always big. Not everyone does deals. Not everyone works every day. So it's a lot about educating yourself and doing the stuff so that you can help people in the process.
Again, I'm proud to partner with you. Look him up, follow him. He's done a great job right now, really hammering down on those first-time home buyers and the move-ups. Please understand that. So, which is great for you. Got that first-time home buyer house, and now you're looking to move the next level.
Yeah, the person selling the first-time home buyer property is looking to upsell.
Yeah, and he understands that market too, right? Because he's about building a plan for you for long-term, short-term, whatever it is, right? So, if you're a first-time home buyer, we have the answers for you. We understand the problems you're going through right now to purchase a home. Is it a tough market? Yes. But there's so much opportunity out there to get your foot in now before the market goes crazy. Thanks again. Is there anything else you want to throw out there to first-time home buyers? Good?
No, just what you're saying about a team too, right? If you're an agent if you're a solo agent right now in a tough market, it helps to go into an office where people are working every day, right? Your environment's a huge thing, right? So if you're having a difficult time right now, like a lot of agents are, reach out to Jay. See if the team's a good fit. Maybe we're not a good fit, but ultimately there are agents that come in here and work every day and that are looking to motivate other people, because if you come in here and work, that helps motivate me as well and brings everybody up. So, reach out if you're looking to join a team or the brokerage, and there are some great opportunities for sure.
All right. Thanks again, buddy. Do it again.